Hi everyone, my name is Karis Keen and I'm a registered nurse here at Mount Sinai Queens. I've been working here almost 2 years and I work on a med-surg unit, Unit 3 East, and I'm here today to give you a little bit of information regarding cholesterol for National Cholesterol Month. A quick fact that some may know but some may not is that 71 million Americans suffer from high cholesterol, but only about a third of that percentage are actually aware of it or are actually on top of it. High cholesterol doesn't really come with any particular signs and symptoms, so you wouldn't really know unless you are, getting your blood work done and knowing your numbers. There's some risk factors that come along with or can make you more predisposed to having high cholesterol, such as smoking, obesity, diabetes. So it's really important, get out, get active, exercise, eat healthy. So a couple of the numbers that you should know or that you can know for when you are monitoring your cholesterol is there's two things that you should know, your HDL and your LDL. I call the HDL the happy cholesterol because that's the one that should always be higher. So you want your HDL to be over 35. Your LDL, which is your bad cholesterol, you want it to be less than 110. And then your total cholesterol, you want it to be less than 170 milligrams. You should also monitor your triglycerides, which basically shows how much fat is present, and you want that to also be less than 150%. As cholesterol builds up in the arteries begin to narrow, which lessen and block the blood flow, which can, cause clots and other things, making you more predisposed to coronary artery disease, heart disease, or strokes. All right, so a couple of tips that you should know or just to stay on top of things. If you are someone who has high cholesterol, it's really important to take your medication as directed from your medical team. Make sure you follow your healthcare team's instructions. Don't just stop taking your medication. And if there's something that you would like to speak to, make sure you always speak to your pharmacist or your doctor or your nurse. You can make some healthy lifestyle changes, such as choosing foods that are lower in saturated and trans fats and maintaining a healthy weight. Also, it's very important to check your cholesterol regularly, get your blood work done every 4 to 6 years if you don't have heart disease, and if it's something that is genetic for you or seen in your bloodline, you can get it checked more often. Make sure you talk to your healthcare team about the best timeline for you. So next up, we're gonna have Fotini here. She's a registered dietitian. She's also been working here at Mount Sinai Queens for almost 2 years, and she's going to give you guys also some information regarding cholesterol.
All right, thank you so much. All right, so while you can control your diet through medication and exercise, I like to start from the root, which is our diet. So we're going to kind of go into more information on what HDL and LDL is. So on this next slide, you will see that HDL, also known as the good cholesterol, stands for high density lipoproteins. Okay, it absorbs cholesterol and carries it back to the liver, where there it gets excreted and flushed from the body. A way to increase our HDL is to include more foods high in omega-3 fatty acids. Good sources of this comes from salmon, mackerel, flax seeds, nuts such as walnuts, chia seeds, and plant oils. The next cholesterol, which is known as our bad cholesterol, is low-density lipoprotein. What this does is it carries cholesterol to our arteries and gathers on the vessel walls and contributes to plaque formation known as atherosclerosis. This word comes from the Greek language, which means hardening of our arteries. So to help decrease LDL, you can include more fiber in your diet. Good sources of fiber include oats, bran, barley, beans, whole grains, different types of nuts and seeds, apples, which is featured in our recipe today, pears, and citrus fruits. The snack that my colleague Sejal is going to prepare for you today is a simple yet delicious apple dip. We chose the snack because it features apples, which are high in soluble fibers that help lower LDL cholesterol. This apple dip is also a great heart-healthy dessert. Many sweets such as cakes, cookies, and ice cream, as we all know, delicious, but are really high in saturated fats. So this dip is definitely a sweet treat that will not leave you feeling guilty afterwards. Packed with protein and probiotics from strained Greek yogurt. So now it's my pleasure to introduce our chef for the day. The person who's going to show you how easy it is to make a healthy snack is Sejal Dave. Sejal is a patient services manager at Mount Sinai Queens who has worked in the food and nutrition department for almost 3 years. There she is.
Thank you, Fotini. So let's make this yummy, high-protein apple dip. We're going to start with 1 cup of Greek yogurt. Any non-fat plain yogurt would work for this, even dairy-free if you have any dairy intolerances.
I actually love this snack too.
Yeah, and it's also apple season. So have you done apple picking yet?
Yeah, that's a really great way to get exercise, and you can socially distance because when you get there, it's like all rows and rows of different apples.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
2 tablespoons creamy peanut butter. Any other nut butter would work with this just as well. Cashew, almond are great options. And then my favorite part, the sweetener, 1 tablespoon honey. If you don't have honey on hand, maple syrup is also a great alternative to this. And if you need a sugar substitute, definitely try stevia or a monk fruit sweetener.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites. I have this today downstairs for my snack for lunch.
And then our highlighted ingredient, apples. Like they've mentioned, it is apple season. Any variety of apples would work well with this. So have fun, try different varieties. And lastly, cinnamon, which is optional. Actually, let's put on here. So then you just stir all the ingredients, mix them really well. The peanut butter can get a little thick, but you just want to stir pretty well in there.
Yeah, so this is also high in protein and fiber. And the good thing about fiber is not only does it lower your cholesterol, but it helps you stay fuller longer because it takes longer to digest in our system.
And then you want to spoon it on to a plate.
Ooh.
And we're going to have Karis try this out. And let us enjoy. We'll
My favorite
maintain
part
our
of
social
eating.
distancing, so I will step away.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna just take it there. This is really good.
Nice guilt-free dessert.
Yeah, I like yogurt and I like peanut butter. I like apples, so this is perfect for someone like me.
Yay.
Thank you.
And I just want to thank everyone for participating. Please visit mountsinai.org/Queens to learn more about heart health, healthy cholesterol levels, and the outstanding medical care available here. Thank you and have a great afternoon.
Know your numbers.